Western Ukraine, Carpathian region, amazing natural formations, waterfalls, steep cliffs, ancient forests and open walking routes, Hutsul culture, a day-to-day fair, exhibitions of folk handicrafts, a park of miniatures, colorful Hutsul festivals and traditional cuisine in almost every establishment. Therefore, our city we will visit this weekend is the green pearl of the Carpathians, Yaremche. Welcome to the town of Yaremche. My name is Christina Martinuk, and today I will be your guide in this colorful Carpathian town. The first written mention of Yaremche dates back to 1787, and this name is mentioned in the Yosiphinsky metric in the land registry at the time. According to the legends, the name of the city came from the name of the first settler, Yarema Hodovanets, who dug out a piece of land among the mountains and settled here. Today I invite you for a tour to enjoy the beauty of the town. I will try to show you the most interesting places. In this Carpathian town, you can always find something to your liking, a relaxing holiday or extreme adventures, a visit to the numerous sacred buildings. There are hospitable courtyards and small inns, where you can spend the night and try the local tasty cuisine. The tourists should choose the route, along which they will get acquainted with this picturesque Carpathian town. I advise those who come to Yaremche to visit the Museum of Ethnography and Nature of our region, where a very interesting exposition about Yaremche and its surroundings is located. And now let's see the museum. The museum is located in the center of Yaremche. Previously it was called the Regional Museum of the Liberation Struggle. During the Soviet times it was called the Museum of Partisan Glory. Today it is known as the Museum of Ethnography and Ecology of the Carpathian Territory. We are in the Museum of Ethnography and Ecology of the Carpathian region. Here there is an exposition which is located in 3 halls. Our museum has been working since the beginning of the 1960s. Masterpieces of world and also Ukrainian culture are exhibited here. Our museum is exceptional because we work with various exhibitions. Guests visiting our town can see a new and diverse exhibition every time. The museum staff collaborates with famous Ukrainian artists, folk craftsmen and collectors. Therefore, this unique museum always exhibits interesting works and its experts conduct creative workshops. Now, in the first hall, there is an exhibition of the Brotherhood of Artists from the Ivano-Frankivsk Oblast. This is the second exhibition of the fraternity. The first one was held in Rohatin, and now it was decided to exhibit its works in our museum. And here's an exhibition from the private collection of Alexander Chernov, head of the Grigory Skovoroda Society in Khmelnytsky. Here is a collection of folk icons of Larissa and Alexander Chernovy. The third hall presents the works of students of the Vizhnitsia College of Decorative and Applied Art. These exhibits are very bright and intriguing, which is why they're attractive for many visitors of the museum. In this room there is a wood carving, metal, weaving, embroidery, a lot of silver jewelry, and all of them are unique, as each item is presented in a single copy. We're working very hard with this wonderful educational institution on a constant basis and are soon planning to create and present a new exhibition this year for our visitors. I'd like to show you another visiting card of the town of Yaremche. This is the wooden restaurant museum Hutsulshchina, which is built according to all the canons of local Hutsul architecture and without the use of a single nail. Next to the building of the restaurant museum, there is a local souvenir market. And now I invite you to go eco-shopping in the famous souvenir markets and buy a souvenir from the Yaremche. Hutsul sleeveless vests, woolen warm socks, crafts made of wood, leather, and a wide selection of other souvenirs, Carpathian tea, liquors, tourists have a wide choice. Not a single visitor of this market has returned home without a Carpathian souvenir. You probably have already guessed that we're approaching the local waterfall in Yaremche, and indeed, this is the waterfall called Probe, which is an attraction worth seeing in our beautiful town of Yaremche. The waterfall is one of the favorite places to rest for locals and visitors, regardless of the time of year. Once the height of the waterfall reached 25 meters, but it decreased due to the flow of trees felled in the nearby forest. The name Probe waterfall appeared from the fact that water pierces a path between large and powerful boulders. The uniqueness of the waterfall is not only in its beauty, but also in its convenient location. Tourists don't need to climb high in the mountains or to overcome a long way in order to see this wonderful miracle of nature. After all, it is located in the very center of the glorious Carpathian town of Yaremche. This luxury is available for everyone without exception. For the convenience of guests of Yaremche, a 20-meter bridge was built above the pond, from which there is an amazing view of this truly Carpathian miracle of nature. The blue abyss of the waterfall is astonishing. The town of Yaremche is a recognized eco-resort. With only one visit, a person can feel the healing properties of this town, thanks to the clean air and the alpine climate. Here, one can cleanse the lungs, normalize pressure, improve the cardiovascular system, and the gastrointestinal tract. The sanatoriums in Yaremche mostly have a general health profile, taking advantage of the climatic conditions and using mineral waters in the treatment and prevention of diseases that people suffer from. Having walked around Yaremche, let's pay a visit to one more picturesque place, the Carpathians in Miniature Park. This place includes a collection of the most interesting objects of cultural and historical heritage of the Carpathian region. There are now about 18 objects, but the collection is being constantly updated. This park museum has become a new tourist haven and a platform for the non-standard study of the history of the Carpathian region. That's how the monastery of the Holy Ilya looks in its miniature form. Each model reflects the architectural monuments and objects of the cultural heritage of the Carpathians. Among the objects, there is the restaurant museum Hutsul, built without the use of a single nail. The Museum of Miniatures is located on the territory of the Carpathian National Park on the bank of the picturesque Carpathian River Zhonka. Not far from that place, you can visit a fenced-in farm, where different animals are kept. You can get acquainted with the nature of the Carpathians on the territory of the fenced-in farm of the Carpathian National Park. Here there are many species of animals, in particular deer, wild boars, and many species of Carpathian birds. You can observe them, feed them, and enjoy communicating with them. This is not a standard zoo, so the difference can be seen as soon as you get here. The birds are half-free. They live in rather spacious aviaries, while the animals roam in large areas enclosed with a metal grid, where they feel really comfortable. Also, here is a rehabilitation center for wild animals, where they are rehabilitated after sustaining serious injuries. In addition, you can see here different animals and feed them as well. Of course, food for animals can be purchased at the entrance to the fenced-in farm. There is a very good artificial lake where swans and ducks live, and they're not afraid of people. If you get tired of walking, then there are comfortable benches on which you can take a seat, relax, and simply admire the picturesque mountain landscapes that surround you. The best grand finale to walk through Yaremche will be a visit to a real hut, where Carpathian delicacies are prepared. Let's go! Good evening. Good evening. I'd like to try your special dishes. Welcome. Please take a seat. Hutsul cuisine is tasty and special, since the process of cooking individual dishes is quite complicated and lengthy. Hutsuls prepare all their delicacies in pure water and mainly on an open fire. Therefore, while you are in this cozy corner of Yaremche, be sure to visit this restaurant. While the dish is being prepared, you can make some selfies with a bear. Try our branded ribs roasted over an open fire in a mustard honey sauce with spicy pepper.
Парцельованих медово-гірчичним соусом, подаваних з гострим перчиком.
Also, you can try our salad Czerwona ruta, made of sweet red beet with prunes and soft white cheese under a peanut sauce and also a branded mushroom soup. The soup, prepared with white mushrooms and flavored with milk, is served with a tender pate and 2 golden toasts. We also invite you to try our Hutsul cabbage rolls, stuffed with white forest mushrooms and meat, with gravy of white mushrooms, and of course the Carpathian trout, which will not leave the most demanding gourmet indifferent. For a good mood and a wonderful appetite, we recommend you that you try our set of branded liquors. Enjoy! Delicious. This makes it worth coming to Yaremche. A delicious dinner, an interesting walk through the town, and a great mood completed our day. And tomorrow we will also have a lot of interesting things. We'll visit the craftswoman who makes unique Hutsul dolls, visit the wooden monastery of Saint Ilya, and the Museum of Hutsul Customs Symbolism. To close the program, we will also have a chance to listen to the beautiful melodies of a talented local musician playing on the traditional Hutsul tsimbali. Travel around Ukraine, discover new cities, and tell the whole world about them. Let every trip be a bright and unforgettable memory.